Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Low here with Jeff Stanislow, brought to you by Golfers Unite. We're broadcasting live today from the Heights Country Club in Tampa, semi-private simulator. Great place. If you haven't checked it out, search up the Heights Country Club. They got putting greens. They got a Pro TV sim. They got pool tables, card tables, and a few lounges. Man, it's a great place, great vibes. Today, we're talking with Brock LaBelle, and Brock is Dr. Golf. So we're going to be talking about health and fitness and golf and what impacts is going on with these tour players now that are just fit as can be. Dr. Golf, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So fantastic. So tell me a little bit about your background and what you did before kind of golf and why you started Dr. Golf.
Sure. So I grew up in a golf family. Love the game. My whole family loves the game. I still play with my parents every week. So very much the culture I grew up in. Ended up playing hockey actually in college. Always knew I wanted to be a physical therapist. Went to PT school. Got all board certified. Got everything I needed to get done there. As soon as I could do that, I got into the TPI program. Took all the courses I needed to take on that side. Really just try to weave myself back into the game of golf, but doing the things that I love, which is physical therapy.
Oh, fantastic. So this is Jeff Stanislow, and you're listening to Let's Go Low, brought to you by Golfers Unite on AM 820 every Saturday morning, where we're bringing you people that are in the golf world, talking about equipment, talking about fitness, talking about working on your game, and and we featuring Mike Hicks with the Caddy's Corner every week. So thanks for joining us again, and we're talking with Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. And so coming from a family of golfers, you probably recognize that staying healthy is pretty important to golf. How has that manifested over the years from maybe when you started, playing golf or with your dad, and the types of things that he's doing now, maybe in prevention or strengthening versus what years past were?
Yeah, I think it's really reached its, I don't think it's, going to peak and come back down, but I think we're in a moment right now with even all of the tour guys are traveling with physios, traveling with training guys, strength training guys. Everything has become such a round the clock style approach to improving your game of golf. And I think that goes all the way down to just an amateur level, or just picking up the game, playing on the weekend for fun. Not only you don't need to train and do the things that Rory does and what Scotty does. It doesn't need to go to that level, but just to have your body prepared to play a member guest, to play your weekend rounds with your buddies. It's something I think is missing in the amateur world. As you can see, the pro world has gone completely that way. They're all fit as can be. I think Cam Young's 375-yard drive yesterday will be the kind of the that's kind of our moment of we've dialed everything in, and a lot of people look at what they're doing from a swing coach and what they're doing from equipment, but our body's the missing link, and it's got to hold up all that stuff that we can implement with a teaching pro with our equipment, and it's the first thing that gives out on us too. So to be healthy, to be fit, to stay strong, it's a game that we all love to do, and we want to play it late into our life. So trying to set people up for success on that front.
I think you're exactly right. We're talking with Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. Yesterday I was actually at the Players, and I got to see that drive in person, and it was just monumental. But walking the course and seeing these players and just seeing how fit they are, how strong they are, how much they take care of their bodies, it was incredible. I actually had clubhouse access and was in there, and there's people, there's physical therapists around, there's massage people, all these people that are going out there and working with these players. So what you're doing is spot on, and everybody wants to play golf longer. As myself, I'm getting a little bit older, and so I noticed that before I used to just grab the club and go. Now I got to do some stretching, and if not, I'm pretty sore after. So Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf, why don't you talk to us a little bit about the TPI? So you're TPI certified. Tell us what's behind the scenes of doing that. I'm sure our listeners have heard it or maybe know someone, but what behind the scenes really went into becoming TPI certified, and then what is the kind of outcomes of what you can do for players?
So There's a lot of different avenues in which you can go in. What TPI is built on is basically a triangle, and the player sits in the middle of that triangle. So there's the medical side, the strength side, and then the golf side. What you're supposed to do is marry the other professions essentially to all work with one, so everybody's speaking one similar language and working on the same goals based on that player. So from my side, the medical side, it's a full like toes to head breakdown of how the joints in the body move, whether they're strong enough, stable enough to complete the golf swing and play the game pain-free. So it's a full assessment, full body assessment, how that relates to your specific swing. That's looking at swing video and breakdown of that and the movements that you make. That's all part of it. And then how can we build up a program that keeps you either doing that or correct the imperfections and things like that, just to make sure that we're staying at our healthiest all the way through. So
Sure.
Yeah, one big course, you can subset in deeper into that, which has been a fun thing to do. And then, yeah, it's just becoming, what it does is generates a full training program. So this could be a 7-day-a-week program if you wanted it to be. It could be a 2-day-a-week if you wanted it to be. So
Right.
Based on finding those imperfections and then just making them stronger.
How long did it take you? We're talking with Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. How long did the TPI certification program take you to facilitate? It's not something you just go take an hour test and you're done. It's quite a lot of work, isn't it?
Yep. So luckily for the people taking the course, it's an online course to get started. But that online course took me probably over the course of a month to complete and go through all the different training modules, all the different things. And then you do have to pass that board kind of license exam, if you will, a TPI certification exam. And then that just gives you the foundation to then practice it, to implement it. That takes, a lot of people, a lot of golfers, a lot of eyes, talking with the community to make sure that you are seeing the right things. And then you start to develop some skill after that.
Okay, so the certification, but you probably have a leg up, because of your background. Why don't you tell, we're talking with Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. Tell us a little bit about your background in therapy in the golf world. And then maybe like a couple of the tips to our listeners that they may want to try to do before they go out and start playing and prep. Some basic, stretches that they should do every time they go before they go.
Sure. So by trade, I'm a doctor of physical therapy, which is where the Dr. Golf tag comes from. Like I said, I wanted to get the foundation of what physical therapy is and really, really hone in on golfers, and which is where my business has become. So the physical therapy clinic that I run is called Competitive Edge. Dr. Golf lives within side of Competitive Edge as just a lane to find us. And then Dr. Golf has its own socials and things like that for people to gain interest essentially and learn on social. All I do is post tips and tricks, things that you can follow along with, and you can see some of what those tips are that you're talking about, pre-round stretching, things like that. But I think the biggest thing people talk about in golf is low back pain. I guess the clinical nugget there would be that all starts from your hips. If your hips aren't opened up, if they're not mobile enough, it'll manifest in your back. So open up your hips, mobilize the hips, stretch hips and all the surrounding musculature. That'd be your best bet for keeping low back pain away.
I know it's on the radio, but we're talking with Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. You're listening to Jeff Stanislow here on AM 820. Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m., we're bringing you great information in the golf world, and hopefully you guys are really enjoying it. If you have any interest in being on the show, or you want to tune in from someplace else other than Tampa on AM 820, you can go to golfersunite.com/radio and check out the streaming link. And then we also put this stuff up on our YouTube channel as well, and there's a link to there if you want to catch up on some of our previous episodes. So Brock, just a simple stretch. We're on the radio, but you mentioned most people have lower back pain. So you're getting ready to tee off, you're hitting some balls or getting ready to hit some balls. Any particular type of stretch that they should really do? Is it just a simple, bend over, touch your toes and hold it for 5 seconds? Maybe a couple things that you can give our audience.
So bending over, touching toes is a good one. It's one of the tests actually that we look at. It's a big measure of how mobile we are through our posterior chain, which it has to be for the golf swing. But your big ones like hip flexors, open up hip flexors, half kneeling, hip flexor stretch, just get down on one knee, push the pelvis forward. That'll stretch the front side of the hips, helps us rotate, keeps us not so bound down on the front side. And then our like figure four, cross an ankle over to the opposite knee, just hinge forward from there, stretch the piriformis backside of the hip. If you can get touch toes, figure four, half kneeling, something to open up the hip flexor, those are three that are going to set you up for a lot of success. But the big missing piece, you want to do something dynamic, something mobile, not just static. So be moving through that. I wouldn't say ballistic where you're bouncing into end ranges, but something where you're smoothly going through things. You want to prep your body for movement. The golf swing's a violent act when you're doing it at the peak ability. So get the tissue moving, not just holding end range positions.
Fantastic. Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf. This is Jeff Stanislaw, and you're listening to Let's Go Low here, brought to you by Golfers Unite, live from the Heights Country Club. You guys get a chance to check it out. Semi-private sim here in Seminole Heights. Really great place. It's got pool tables, card rooms, lounges, putting area, and featured a Pro TV simulator. You guys can get out here and you can have events. You can play matches on GS Pro with others. So it's a fantastic place to check out. So just search up the Heights Country Club and check it out. Dr. Golf, Brock LaBelle, how does someone want to reach out to you if they want to connect with you and maybe engage in your service, or do you do it virtually as well?
So virtual is coming. That's thanks for the release there. We're currently everything's in person. I can manage programs through the app. TPI is a whole platform, virtual platform, but virtual sessions are going to start coming soon. Full online programming is going to start coming soon. Right now we are in South Tampa and in Oldsmar, West Chase area. So at Dr.Golf, Dr.Golf _ on Instagram, you'll be able to find us. Send me a direct message there. We'll get started that day.
Fantastic. I'll also put that at our website, golfersunite.com/radio. You'll see a link there coming here pretty soon with all of our people that have been on the radio show and sharing this great information. Again, this is Jeff Stanislaw, and you're listening to Let's Go Low here on AM 820, live from the Heights Country Club. Brock, when you talk about heat and cool, I mean, that's a lot of people like, oh, I just got done playing. I got to, put ice on it, or I got to heat. What is your best recommendation from like before golf to after golf and like, a heat and cool type strategy?
So best thing you want to think about is if you think your muscle is like a rubber band, if you're getting ready to go do an activity, if you want that rubber band to be cold, or do you want that rubber band to be warmed up, hot and elastic? So pre-rounds would always be something warm, something heat, something mobile, if you will. After, ice is really good for inflammation, for pain signaling. So if there is something that pops up after the round, you'd want to go the cold route, but no cold pre-round.
Very good. That's a really good way to think about it, just like a rubber band. Jeff Stanislaw, listening to Let's Go Low here, brought to you by Golfers Unite. So Brock, from Dr. Golf, we talked a little bit about some stretches. We talked a little bit about heat and cold. We talked about what is the most common thing that amateur golfers just do that they shouldn't do at all when it comes down to their body. I mean, you mentioned that golf is an act of violent with the swing, but when you see it, what makes you cringe?
Straight from the car to the first tee, typically, and then I'm coming at it at a picture of health and wellness, and my lane is getting people ready to play the game and play it pain-free. So those are the opportunities when we sit in the car and we just try to rush over to the first tee. We don't warm up. Those are the times where injuries are going to occur. And I think truly there's nobody that you can really get upset with other than yourself if you're not doing the right things beforehand.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's really good advice. All those trunk slammers out there, that are just fly on the course and fly off the course. Get there a little early, do a little stretching. Worst case scenario, take a few swings on the first tee and some stretching. I mean, 5 minutes and you're going to have a much better round, and you're not going to be as sore from golfing. So this is Jeff Stanislaw, and this is another episode of Let's Go Low, brought to you by Golfers Unite. Get a chance to check out golfersunite.com. We're launching our store. We're going to be putting some great products up there, and some special discounts. And if you want to be on the radio show, just go to golfersunite.com/radio, and you can check it out. Brock LaBelle, Dr. Golf, thanks for joining us here today on Let's Go Low.
Yeah, thanks for having me.